2 days since the tragic drag racing accident in Fabens, where 24-year-old Willie Valadez Ramirez was hit by a car and later died from his injuries. 8 other spectators were injured. 4 of them are still in the hospital today, according to a sheriff's spokeswoman. The rest have minor injuries. Now, ABC 7's Dylan McKim is taking a closer look at the safety measures in place at the mud bog, who is responsible for enforcing them, and who could be liable for crashes like these. Dylan.
Hey, Eric, this was the inaugural mud bog on that specific plot of land in Fabens. Unfortunately, there was a tragic accident. But when I spoke with the head of security for the event yesterday, he told me there may be more races in the future at this same spot. So we asked the question, who's in charge of the safety at the races? A tragic accident, a race car veering off the track and into a large crowd of people, killing a 24-year-old. This is what was left of the guardrail meant to protect fans at the event.
There was nothing between the crowd and the vehicle coming, where a concrete barrier would have been wonderful in that spot.
Royal Jones owns Vado Speedway Park. He says he has an insurance company come and inspect his track safety features. Here at Vado Speedway Park, they have a catch fence, a concrete barrier wall to protect fans from anything on the track. Not the same can be said at Fabens. Out here in Fabens at this mud bog, this guardrail was the only thing separating the cars from where the fans were standing. Scott Smith, the head of security for that event, told me they positioned cars along the guardrail for an extra layer of security. A decision, he says, ended up being very important.
That aspect right there alone saved many lives yesterday.
Scott Smith also explained the track was 20 feet wider than most others. He says the owners of the land and the event promoters are the same, Moraton Promotions. We asked El Paso County Sheriff's Office if there was any regulation on events like this. A spokesperson told us, quote, "No, there are no regulations required by the Texas Penal Code or Texas Transportation Code regarding racing on private property." Outside the track in Fabens, this sign warning spectators the promoters would not be responsible for any injury. We asked an injury attorney whether signs like these can clear event organizers of any liability for what happens on their property.
The only sign that would give you immunity from liability would be like a signed order by a judge that says you've been found to be immune.
Glasheen, who is not representing anyone in this case, says there can be limits on liability, but the law is very complicated. One other factor, whether promoters charge people for the event. This is a screenshot from Moraton Promotions' Facebook page announcing a $10 cover charge. And we have reached out to Moraton Promotions and have not heard a response from them about what happened Sunday night. Eric, back to you.
All right, Dylan.